smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab, pay what it call for the tab, extra with the band, young Chris a king, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great, I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake, I got extras on the plate, I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Panthers and the Titans, next on Madden Football.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and the Tennessee Titans. Charles Davies and Brandon Gaudin here with you for this one, folks. And, Charles, we have a change of pace from a normal NFL game in this one. We've got two teams who rely heavily on the run game on the offensive side of the ball, featuring the league's top rushing unit and another who ranks not too far behind.
And if you like two teams that just love to run the football to drive their offenses, you've come to the right place because we've got a nice old-school battle of wills in the trenches in this one.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 22 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now it's Tannehill. He finds his man complete. It's Phillips. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Tannehill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Panthers are going to get it back here just past the 35. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set at their 36-yard line. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A check on the numbers last week for Hubbard. 14 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Corral. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
On second down, here's Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Titans gain of 12.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw, Tannehill. Quick slant here to Woods. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
A nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. And he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a first down throw. Tannehill. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Here's Tannehill. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And Corral will throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Corral. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Option play, right side, Corral. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Corral here, working from the gun. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
Over the middle to Smith. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Right back to Hubbard. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going out with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that time and change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jones on the return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll start with a give to Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. And finding the tight end Hooper. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in, so right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well, 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down. The Panthers now at 2-5 to start play. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amari Hooker. And the Titans will take over here just shy of the 30. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted,
on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panthers sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Running the slant, that's Hooper. Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Tannehill. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. To throw again on second down. Corral. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Corral with it on first down. They'll run it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start over in Tampa. An NFC South matchup between Atlanta and Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. 3rd and long, Corral. And this one is incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Ooh, with a juke. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Tannehill being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Haskins. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 2nd and 9. This time, Corral will throw it. This is Smith with a grab. And they work this well upfield across the 45. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He's going to keep this again. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And a short gain down to about the 33. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw, Corral. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. And Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. And the Titans getting set to go. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin with a give to Haskins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play a leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Right side complete. That's Woods. On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he will have a Titans 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Tannehill now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 19. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Haskins now on 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the day.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Brian Burns able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now, 10-6. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Corral. He'll buy some time right. That is caught downfield by Isabella. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So a good grab there. And here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him from before and thought that he could help this team.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Corral. And his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing here, Corral. Over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So what a call there. They get 9 on the fake punt and a 1st down. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been. And in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense on the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibilities. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back. But they fell asleep at the switch.
14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. Option play, right side, Corral. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Corral is intercepted again. That's number 3. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And this is going to be a Titans 1st down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. They run it again with Haskins. Takes it to about the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Off play action, Tannehill. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of the first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 60 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. First down, they'll stick with Haskins. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
4 yards the pickup, first down.
A handoff. Haskins trying the right side.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Corral looking to pass, 2nd down. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Tremble.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, here's Corral with it.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Corral, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
37 yards on the punt with no return. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
This drive starts,
and he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Play action. It's Tannehill. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. They'll set up to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. On 3rd down, Corral. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Corral, it's caught. Smith. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play of this football game. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw, Tannehill.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will have a Titans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Second down, and they go back to Haskins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural, but I
like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Titans, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.